Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Leisure Gaming. I am Leisure. If you're looking to play a trap deck that isn't Trap Tricks or Labyrinth, then you're in the right place. Amazement is a trap control deck that focuses on equipping your traps to either yourself or your opponent, and the effects vary depending on who they are equipped to. Even though I had a lot of fun playing this deck, it does not feel as strong compared to Trap Tricks or Labyrinth, but this could just be due to my level of experience. To start off the deck profile, we have our usual hand traps of 3 Max C and 3 Ash Blossom. Next, we have 3 Amazement Attendant Comica, and this is very important to have at 3. When this card is normal summon, you can set 1 Attraction Trap directly from your deck. You can target 1 Attraction Trap equipped to a monster, equip it to 1 Amazement monster you control, or 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and this is a great way to have the already activated traps move back and forth between monsters. We have 2 Amazement Assistant Delia, and if you don't like Amazement Assistant Delia, you can use Amazement Bufo. You can reveal 1 Attraction Trap in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. You can send 1 Attraction Trap from your hand or face up to the field to the graveyard to set 1 Attraction Trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. Next are 2 Amazement Administrator Arlecchino, and this is one of 2 boss monsters for the deck. Once per turn, you can banish any number of Attraction Traps from your graveyard, then target that many cards your opponent controls and destroy them. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If a trap card is activated except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent normal or special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can target one of those face-up monsters they control and equip 1 Attraction Trap from your deck to that target. Next are 2 Amazement Abomination Arlecchino, and this is going to be the second boss monster for the deck. If you control an Amazement monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can add 1 Amazement Family Faces from the deck or graveyard to the hand. During your opponent's turn, you can target 1 other effect monster on the field with more than 0 attack, shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, you can special summon 1 Amazement Administrator Arlecchino, then change the attack of the targeted monster to 0. Going on to the spells, we have 2 Pot of Extravagance. At the start of your main phase 1, you can banish 3 or 6 random face down cards from your extra deck, then draw 1 card for every 3 cards banished. We have 3 Amazing Time Ticket, and I think this is definitely a must at 3. You pay 800 life points, and depending on whose turn you activate it on, depends the effect that's activated. So if you activate this card on your turn, you can add 1 Amazement card from your deck to your hand, and if you activate it on your opponent's turn, you can set 1 Attraction Trap directly from your deck, and it can be activated that turn. Going on to the traps, we have 2 Evenly Matched. At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can make your opponent banish cards from their field face down so they control the same number of cards you control. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. Next are 2 Infinite Impermanence, where you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and negate its effects. Then, if this card is set before activation and is on the field at resolution for the rest of the turn, all other spell and traps in this column are negated, and if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. Next are 2 Dogmatica Punishments, where you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and send 1 monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that monster. Until the end of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Next are 3 Amazement Family Faces, and in my opinion this is a definite must at 3. Target 1 monster your opponent controls equipped with your Attraction Traps. Equip this card to it. While this card is equipped to a monster, take control of the equipped monster. While you control the equipped monster, it gains 500 attack. You cannot activate its effects. Also, it is treated as an Amazement monster. Next are 3 Amaze Attraction Cycle Coasters. If you equip this to your monster, you can target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls and send both it and this card to the graveyard. If you equip it onto your opponent's monster, you can add 1 Amazement monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send this card to the graveyard. Next is 1 Amazement Attraction Rapid Racing. If you equip this to your monster, you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, change the equipped monster's battle position, and if you do, shuffle that target into the deck. If you equip it onto your opponent's monster, increase the equipped monster's level by 1, and if you do, change its battle position. Next are 3 Amaze Attraction Horror House, and this is also another card that I think you definitely have to have at 3. If you equip it to your monster, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of this turn. And if you equip it to your opponent, change the equipped monster to a face down defense position. 1 Amaze Attraction Viking Vortex. If you equip it to your monster once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack, and if you do, change control of the equipped monster until the end of the battle phase. Now if you equip it to your opponent, when the equipped monster activates its effects, return it to the hand. And lastly, we have 3 Amaze Attraction Throw Train. If you equip it to your own monster, change the equipped monster's battle position, then your opponent chooses 1 Attraction Trap in your graveyard and you set it to your field. And if you equip it to your opponent's monster, banish the equipped monster until the end phase. Going on to the extra deck, you won't really tap into this too much. It is primarily here for your Pot of Extravagance, along with your Dogmatica punishments. 1 Elder Entity Entis, 1 Fossil Warrior Skull Knight, 1 Fossil Machine Skull Wagon, 1 Garura Wings of Resonant Life, and 1 5-Headed Dragon. 1 Wind Pegasus Ignister, and you can make this off of any of your Amazement level 4 monsters and then use your Ash Blossom as a tuner. Because we have so many level 4s, we have 1 Abyss Dweller so that way you can lock out your opponent's graveyard, 1 number 41 Baguska so that way you can stall for time if need be, 1 Mirological Aggregator, which is another Dogmatica punishment target, and because we have Abyss and the Baguska which can attack, we do have 1 Zeus so that we can help clear the field if need be. Next we have 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Lina the Light Charmer, 1 Dark the Dark Charmer, 1 Sprite Elf, which can be made off of the Max C, and then you will special summon back the Max C to continue your link climb, and 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Later.